When I came to Korea, I had really darker skin. People were asking me if I was mixed race. Korea is a very welcoming place. It's just that some people stupid.
Even in Korea, some of the Africans I met, they would say to me, I'm from America, because they are aware of the prejudice towards Africa.
Tu sais, moi j'aime trop parler. 안녕하세요. That's not Muslims, mama. I don't want to be that person that you want me to be. I mean, that was so racist, man. He was like, no Wakandas. When I came to Korea, I had really darker skin because I was under the African sun for so long. And then people were asking me if I was mixed race. I had very long hair. So when everyone that knew, like, we'll meet and then I'll tell them I grew up in Africa, they would call me Mufasa. Because I had like very long hair, you know.
Mufasa, like the Lion King.
Yeah, the Lion King, the Simba's father, you know. I only went to university in Korea. One thing I really remember that really made me so angry at that time. So we had a class in Korea, like in the first year, that was about careers and future. One day the professor asked us to all stand up one by one and just say what your dream is. And I was so angry that these people's dreams were so like little. I was just thinking, what are they teaching them in school? Do they not allow these people to have bigger dreams? You know,
so what kind of dreams were they?
Like, they would just wake up. I want to be a producer of this show. I want to work for Samsung. I want to work for LG. I'm like, I want to work hard to go to a good company for a good pension. I'm like, I was just there sitting like, yo, if you want, you can just say, man, you can be the president. I don't know, be something else. If you go to Africa and ask somebody, yo, what's your dream? He's not gonna be like, hey, I want to go and work for Samsung, or I want to be like an employee at Apple or whatever. These people have bigger dreams. And the only thing that is that they don't have the opportunity. But, you know, if they had it, they would become bigger than anyone, man. Because dream is just a dream. And, you know, it can be as big as anything. But in Korea, I don't know, man. People were like, they're just very closed. Like, I was like, yo, is that really a dream?
I feel like sometimes people here, they want to think out of the box, but at the same time, they don't want to because they don't want to be different than the others.
Yeah, I think they just want to be too realistic. They underestimate themselves. It's not because you were second, third, fourth, fifth in your life that you don't mean anything, you know. And I think that's why there's a lot of, like, the rate of is very big in this country. And it's very sad, man, because they don't deserve it. You don't need to be the best, you know. You just need to be good at what you do and just keep doing what you like. And that's success for me. I just want these people to have, like, to be more free and just think wider, you know?
I think the word that really hit me there was, like, realistic, because my father always told me the worst thing you can ever say to a kid is be realistic. Because you're basically, again, capping their dreams and making them limit themselves from a young age, when I think it's easy for me to not be like that, because from UK is already very diverse. My family, white, Asian, and African, is very diverse. I have people who came from a very poor background to England with nothing. And then one in the same generation, that person's a doctor, and they have that drive. But in Korea, I think it's very difficult because, you know, I love this country so much, but as Clem said, it's monocultural. So it's a lot harder to stand out. Whereas in England, it's so diverse. Even among the white British people, there are a lot of, like, subcultures, class, and all of this. Whereas in Korea, to be seen as something a bit different can be really difficult for people. Whereas in the UK, you're encouraged to, like, for example, in Korea, if you want to go to a cafe, you want to go to the most popular one where there's a 2-hour queue and everyone waits to go there in their free time. In England, it's like, Clem will be like, heck, I just found the most exclusive secret cafe that no one knows about, and they do, like, the best Italian coffee there. So it's a different mentality of what you aspire to.
You know, I don't want the Koreans to misunderstand what I'm saying. Yo, Koreans are, like, the hardest working people that I ever seen. One of my friends, like, when he told me, like, why do Koreans live like ants? You know, why do they only work and work and work and work? It's good to be hardworking, but I just need them to be more relaxed. You know, life is not only about working, because you make all that paper. I mean, you work that hard, but you cannot beat health, you know? So just live life at least once, you know, do what you want to do, you know, be more relaxed, you know?
Guys, if you're getting any value from this, we would really appreciate if you could subscribe and hit the like button.
For me, growing up, the message from my father was always find what you like. You're going to have to work hard anyways, but, just find what you like, whatever it is, just do it, do what you like. And that's it. There was never, he never mentioned like, you should go to that university, you should do that job. No, it was always like, you have to find, it's not easy, but you have to find what you like and then work and make it happen.
Yo, and then we were talking about, so you talked about parents. So my parents are also Koreans. So in the beginning of my life, I was never good in school. I'm gonna be honest. And everyone who knows me knows. People will be like, yo, bro, you're Korean, man, but why are you so bad at math? But all these things. And my dad always, my parents will always they always try to pressure me. But me, I always try to make them understand that, nah, your pressure is not gonna change me, because I don't want to be that person that you want me to be. I want to live my life. Of course, I don't want to do bad things. I want to live my life the way I want to. I want to be happy, So my mom stopped doing that, but she always used to. That's a problem with a lot of Koreans. Parents will always compare. Let's say Hakeem and Clement. So when you go home and let's say you got bad grades, and he always get good grades. So in Korea, they'll come like, Hakeem, why can you not be like Clemente? Why can you not be like Clemente? So one time when she kept asking me that, why can you not be like this guy? Why can you not be like this guy? And then I asked her, then why can you not go and be his mother?
That's very deep.
Yo, that's what I told her. If you're going to keep comparing me with other kids, just go and be that kid's mother. If you're going to keep pressuring me like that. So my mom understood, Of course, I was kind of a bad bad boy, I got tattoos at a very young age and all that. But I always try to make them understand that, if I do this, I'm going to be responsible for what I do. If I have tattoos on my hand, I know that I'm not going to get a job at the office, So I know I'm going to hustle. And I always try to prove it to them. Mama, look at me, I'm doing this. Look at me, I'm doing this. Love your life. Do what you want to do.
No matter how hard you try, you can never please everyone as well. So
you can never please anyone.
What's the point of trying?
Yeah.
Of course, man, I'm not perfect. Many people knows me. All my friends around me, they know that I do, sometimes I make a lot of mistakes. But I mean, mistakes shouldn't take you down, man. If you fall down, you should be able to get back up and then run it. Just run on.
If you could go back in time and meet yourself just before you moved back to Korea,
damn,
what would you tell yourself?
I think about that a lot. But I would tell myself to also have tried to live a life that studied also a lot, because I was really not into that life, but which made me the person I am today. I did a lot of fun things when I was young. So now that I'm 30 and moving on forward, those things stay back. So now I'm not here trying to have fun, go to the clubs, and now I'm trying to be more serious with my life. So if I move back, I think I'm going to try to do the opposite. Maybe work harder, not how my parents were pressuring me. Maybe really think about what you want to do.
What you mentioned about the kind of typical Asian pressure to just study is making me think, because I did go through that route, and it gave me some sort of validation from the Asian and the African side of my family, because they both share that common value for education. But there are other people, they did their own businesses or they're creatives. But then if I'm very critical of the Asian and also West African culture sometimes, is that they were not as celebrated for those things as much. And I think that is some really difficult part of our culture, is that, for example, you don't really get many South Asian footballers because from young they're told sport is bad. Just study, be in education. And I think, for example, Son Heung-min now in Korea, he's shown that to young Koreans, Koreans can be incredible footballers. But a lot of kids still, if they told their parents, I want to be a footballer, they're going to say, go back to your books.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Faker. Faker?
Who's Faker?
Faker is he's the League of Legends, the League of Legends legend,
Right.
Bro, I didn't know about this guy, but one time he was on a TV show, and on that TV show is two guys, just like a podcast kind of thing with the two guys, a very famous Korean comedian and another comedian, just sit down and they bring in successful people to talk, like a podcast. And then I just saw this kid, just like a normal Korean university student. And then when they mentioned the money that this boy makes, bro, I was like, what the hell? By playing games. And then these days, he has like a PC bank in Hongdae called T1 Base Camp, bro. That thing is magnificent, bro. I also saw like this Korean person going around universities, like Seoul National University, the best universities ever. So just asking people, all the students that were like really hardworking and really good at what they were doing, they were kids that parents didn't put pressure about working, you know. And what I also learned is that when you put pressure and then when you tell someone not to do something, they will always find a way to do it.
Yeah.
So why don't you just not support it, but try to keep a balance to it, so that this person doesn't go out and do crazier things.
Yeah. I think with pressure, what you don't want to bring in is frustration, you know. Yeah.
It's really tough because pressure, they say pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah.
You can't make the diamonds without pressure, but too much pressure.
Yeah.
It's a very hard balance to get because you see in the UK sometimes there's a lack of motivation. It's like the almost opposite extreme where people don't feel motivated at all. And then I feel like in Korea here sometimes I feel it breaks my heart to see people who are so stressed. And Jack and I do a lot of coaching to Koreans. I've done it for 5 years, mostly online. And every now and again, the student will be a kid. And half of the kids are really happy, you know. I remember asking one kid, like, what do you do in your free time? I like to roll on the floor, and, you know, like, that's their happiness, you know, with my dad and this. The other half, you get a lot of really very, very serious kids. I asked this 11-year-old girl, there's the questions in the teaching is like, why do people use their phones a lot? She says, we want to escape our lives. 11 years old, you know? She says, I love dystopian literature. At 11 years old.
I mean, this pressure stuff gotta stop, man. This pressure stuff gotta stop. And one time I was cutting hair, and then I got these little kids that always, like, you know, they move around in a bunch, and then they would just, like, the guys, they would just come and open at my barbershop and then just screaming some gibberish, and then, you know, just have to have some fun with me. And then one time, these kids just entered the barbershop, and then they were like Tunisians getting a haircut. And I don't know why, but the kid, he looked like he was 10, 11 years old. And then he could speak a little bit of English. He was like, hi, how are you? And then having a very bright conversation. And then he asked the client, where are you from? And the client said, I'm from Tunisia. And the kid was like, oh, where's Tunisia? And then in Korean, he mentioned, isn't that a poor country? So I was like, what the hell? What are they teaching these kids in school?
Yeah.
That he will mention, like, Tunisia, is it a poor country? Yeah.
Or at home, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, I also, like, I'm not going to, I mean, you know, like Arabs, like Arabic people, they have very, not like, I'm talking about really like Arabic-looking people, like with a big beard and all that. Some of them are like the nicest people on earth, you know? And then, like, I mean, most of them, I want to say, most of them. And the Korean people who really don't, like, the people who ask me, are they hyenas and lions? For them, all they hear and what they see on the news is like, somewhere, you know, something happened, and then they blame it on the Muslims. I want to tell them that, bro, like, that's not Muslims, you know? Those people are not Muslims. Those people are like some crazy kind of other things, you know, like. And even Muslims, like, are scared of those people, you know. So I want these people to stop having stereotypes on people, you know. And I want them to be more aware and educated, you know. I think it gotta, like, change a little bit. I mean, in my opinion, just for people to be more open, because, this world is full of nice people, man. It's not because of the minority of the bad people that's gonna make a whole image of the whole thing, you know.
There's a lot of prejudice in people's minds, but I think the best way is when they meet someone from that place. The media might have told them, like, black equals dangerous, Muslim equals, or even like white people are this and that. And then they meet someone. That's why in Korea, even though I'm actually half white, I always like to tell people when we're out with Clem and they say, 어디 사람이에요? I don't say 영국. I like to say Pakistan 사람이에요. And what's the reaction, Clem, when I say that?
Yeah, they're kind of intrigued and, you know.
What? Sometimes they touch my skin and like, because you know, and I'm not in any way angry or anything, because for me it's just like so they've been told. Why have they been told this? And sometimes they're in shock, you know.
No, I love everyone from anywhere because we are all one human, you know. We all have the same blood, you know. God gave us intelligence, so let's all use it for good stuff, you know. So one time I was like going to a club in Itaewon, and people were going like, "Why is he always in a club?" So I was like going to a club in Itaewon, and I was just waiting in line, and then I'm not gonna mention the club, but I was going to a club there, and then so I was just waiting in line, and I saw like the bouncer was saying no to a bunch of like black people, and then. You know, when I saw them, I knew that they were Africans, like the way they were dressed, the way they looked, you know. So I just wanted to ask, I was just curious. And then I just came, when it was my turn, I asked him, "Hey, big bro, like, why'd you say no to the black people there?" And then he was like, I think it was, that was so racist, man. He was like, "No Wakandas." Hey, and then when he said that, I don't know what, to me, I was like, man, that is so damn offensive. Why the hell would you say that? You know, Asians, like, I was like, we should be more open. People come to this country to feel more safe and to be thinking that we are very welcoming. Why the hell would you say that, you know?
I think it's clear that we all have so much love for Africa on this table. And I noticed as well that even in Korea, sometimes some of the Africans I met, they would say to me, "I'm from America." Because they are aware of the prejudice towards Africa, you know. And
hey, one thing, people, I'm not saying all Koreans are like that, man. Korea is a very welcoming place. It's a very nice and beautiful, fun place to be in, man. It's just that some people, stupid.
That's it. We love Korea so much. I'm so grateful to be here. Some of the best people I've ever met and have treated me with so much love and respect are from Korea and from Africa. So, yeah, I think we're just trying to promote like people coming together from different backgrounds, respecting each other, and don't let the media tell you these people are bad or even these people are good. You know, it's not that simple. You get a lot of good and bad people pretty much everywhere you go. So.
It was very fun, man. You know, I always have fun with you guys.
Man, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming here again.
No worries, man. No worries,
It was
man.
amazing.
Anytime, bro.
Un autre message en coréen et français?
Non. 안녕하세요.
No, that again.
오케이. Hey, 안녕하세요. 저는 엘바토고요. 오늘도 또 다시 한번 그 Evolve HQ의 팟캐스트를 출연해서 너무 또 즐겁고 또 좋은 시간을 보낸 것 같고, et pour tous les gars qui sont en train de regarder Evolve HQ, non, franchement aujourd'hui là, j'ai passé un bon moment. Hein. C'était bon, on a parlé des vrais trucs. Et bon, j'espère qu'ils vont encore m'inviter parce que là, tu sais, moi j'aime trop parler. Hein. Et bon, je veux que ça continue, hein, les gars. Faites ce que vous faites, bonne continuation. God bless all of us, you know. Let's go.
Comme on dit en créole, merci à vous.
Merci à vous.
Merci à vous.
Merci à vous. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ciao, ciao.